Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this video in the world. Welcome to my channel, Bear Charts. I wanted to start this channel to share 20 years of investment experience that I've had. Started looking at technical analysis in 2005. So I wanted to go through in this first video what I'm going to be covering over this video series, and I'm going to keep adding to this channel and increasing the offerings of the teachings and what I can bring to give back. So I'm going to be using a mix of TradingView and Thinkorswim to do my analysis. The NASDAQ Composite Index, as you can see on the screen here, has 3370, so 3,370 stocks. What we're going to look at is stocks that have more than 100,000 of average daily volume and over a $5 price point. The reason we choose a $5 price point is a lot of institutions don't get involved until a stock reaches at least $5. So although founders of companies and getting listed on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange is a really big deal, and stocks trade at pennies or 10 cents or 20 cents, they have good stories and they have good founders behind them, but it doesn't mean that you need to invest in them. And as an individual investor, you really have the choice to invest in things that are really going to move and make you a profit, or try and buy speculative news, or your best friend started a company and you're trying to back it and that kind of thing. We're here to make money. We're not here to please everybody else. So we're going to be looking at 1,634 stocks on the NASDAQ Composite. A lot of times in the news, you'll hear about the NASDAQ 100. That's only 100 of these 3,370 stocks. So we're going to look through all 1,634. When you move over here to the New York Composite, there's approximately 2,930 stocks, depending on what server or exchange you're using. I mean, there's a lot that get delisted and decommissioned and things like that. So it could be a little bit different number. But of those stocks, we're going to look at 1,179 that have over 100,000 in volume and over the price of $5. So out of all these stocks that I just talked about, basically about 6,500 equities that you could potentially invest in as an individual investor. 3,000, there's an index called the Russell 3000 here, which out of the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ, there's fewer than 4,000 eligible companies that are over a $30 million market cap. So as a reference here, I put in brackets, a 50 million market cap is the lowest end of what would be considered a micro cap stock. So we really don't want to look at anything other than these 4,000 companies, of which the Russell 3000 index, which you're looking at here, reflects the largest cap companies, with the Russell 1000 being the largest cap, and then there's the Russell 2000 being the small cap. So when you look at these charts, you see the Russell 3000 and then the Russell 1000, and you see there's not much change. Like if you look at the chart here, it doesn't really change much. The reason for that is the Magnificent Seven, which is Apple, Tesla, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Meta, NVIDIA, represent 22% of the Russell 3000 index. So when you get down to the Russell 1000, these 7 stocks really represent the same thing as the Russell 3000. So there's 2 ETFs here. There's the Vanguard Russell 1000, Vanguard Russell 3000. Don't worry about anything here. I'm just trying to explain what we're going to be doing on the channel. The Russell 2000 now is the small cap part of the Russell 3000. So we're not going to be interested in any non-major banks, biosciences, healthcare, biotechnology, unless there's a consistent chart foundation, which we can evaluate and build off of. And then lastly, during the videos of this channel, we're going to be going through the 222 stocks on the Toronto Stock Exchange, as well as out of the 8,000 potential coins and projects in the cryptocurrency world, we're going to be going through the ones that have at least a 50 million market cap, which is similar to what I explained on the other chart there about a micro cap stock being 50 million in market cap. That will leave us with 491 cryptocurrencies that we're going to evaluate. So the reason I called the channel Bear Charts is because from the 20 years that I've been doing technical analysis, looking at a chart without a ton of indicators and a ton of trend lines, you're able to see where the institutional supply and demand levels are. From there, you can draw some levels, and traditional technical analysis can be used as far as support and resistance, and a few indicators will be used as far as Fibonacci, um, and maybe MACD and relative strength, but very little on the indicator side. I think when charts get marked up too much and you're trying to rely on indicators to say, here's where we should buy, here's where we should sell. It should be more of a confirmation thing than actual entry point. I think the entry point you can use without looking at much other than the candlestick formations. Um, so that's the first video. I'm probably going to go through this in videos to come just to clarify what we're going through. But that's what's going to be covered on this channel. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if this is something that interests you. This is as much for me as it is for you guys. I want to give my learnings back over what I've learned over the past 20 years plus in the markets, and can have some fun doing it and build some portfolios and watch how things go from here. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next video.